allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Vice President McCullough, for leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Welcome, everybody, to tonight's Penn-Harris-Madison Board of School Trustees meeting. It's wonderful to see the boardroom filled with so many faces. We see some old friends coming back and new friends, and we're excited about all the agenda items that we have tonight. We also want to thank everybody who is joining us via our live YouTube stream. We appreciate you carving out time to spend your Monday evening with us. We will call this meeting to order. It is exactly 6 o'clock. And the first item on our agenda is a unique item. Per Board Policy 142.2, the oath of office, each newly elected, re-elected, appointed, or reappointed board member shall take an oath of office administered by a notary public or other qualified person not later than 30 days after the beginning of the term of office to which she was elected or appointed. As you may know, the board conducted a special meeting on Tuesday, October 28, 2025, to interview 5 candidates for the vacated Penn Township Board seat number 1, resulting from a recent resignation. The board held another special board meeting on the morning of November 3rd, 2025, in which Mrs. Jen Smoker was unanimously approved as the newest Penn Township trustee to fill the vacant seat. To meet the 30-day deadline, Mrs. Smoker was sworn in on November 8, 2025, with Board Attorney John Rogers at his office. And now for the public, the ceremonial swearing in. Mr. Rogers will administer the ceremonial oath of office to PHM's newly appointed board member, Mrs. Jen Smoker.
Here, we're going to come out front here, President Riley. All right, Ms. Smoker, congratulations.
Thank
Again,
you.
this is ceremonial. We did this in my office November 8th, but now you can do this in front of the public here. So if you'll please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I solemnly swear that I will support
I solemnly swear that I will support
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and the laws of the United States
and the laws of the United States
and the State of Indiana.
and the State of Indiana.
I will faithfully execute the duties of my office
I will faithfully execute the duties of my office
as a member of this governing body,
as a member of this governing body,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I further affirm
I further affirm
that I possess the qualifications
that I possess the qualifications
as required by the laws of Indiana
as required by the laws of Indiana
for members of the Board of School Trustees
for members of the Board of School Trustees
of the Penn-Harris-Madison School Corporation,
of the Penn-Harris-Madison School Corporation,
that I will honestly and faithfully perform
that I will honestly and faithfully perform
the duties of the office
that
while serving as a member
while serving as a member
of such Board of School Trustees,
of such Board of School Trustees.
I will not become interested directly
I will not become interested directly
or indirectly
or indirectly
in any contract with
in any contract with
or claim against
or claim against
said corporation,
said corporation,
and that I will not be influenced
and that I will not be influenced
during my term of office
during my term of office
by any consideration
by any consideration
except that of merit and fairness
except that of merit and fairness
in the appointment of officers
and the appointment of officers
and the engagement of employees
and the engagement of employees
for said school corporation.
for said school corporation.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Mrs. Smoker, would you like to address the public?
Yeah, I'd just like to say hello to everybody. Thank you so much for having me. I know that to President Riley, Dr. Short, the entire board, that you had some really wonderful candidates. And so I just appreciate your faithfulness and trust in me. And I'm just really looking forward to working with everyone and representing the school well. So thank you very much.
You're very welcome. And on behalf of your fellow board members, administration, and the school community, I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome you. We're very excited to have you on the board and look forward to all of the contributions that you undoubtedly will make.
Thank you very much.
We'll move on to our first agenda item, which is superintendent's recognitions and announcements. Dr. Short.
Thank you, President Riley. At this time, I would like to introduce and welcome our student board ambassador from Penn High School, CJ Van Torping. Welcome, CJ. Are you going to talk about our hot off the press news from this afternoon?
Not sure what you're talking about.
I'll wait.
Good evening, President Riley, Dr. Short, and members of the board. My name is, as you know, CJ Vantine, making a return to the boardroom tonight. As usual, I'm here to represent all of Penn's best student successes from the recent months. But before I begin, I want to give a special thank you to Dr. Gallagher for his past 9 years as principal at Penn High School. It's been a joy to grow up under your leadership, and I wish you well as you move on in this new position. And additionally, I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to Mrs. Fry as our new principal. With your work as associate principal, I'm very excited to see what's to come. And then a broad congratulations to the many other people in this room who have recently achieved great accomplishments, from Mrs. Smoker to Penn Assistant Principal Mr. Parker. So to start off with the student news, the Kingsmen kicked off the holiday season with several Thanksgiving events to give back to the community. Kingsman Court hosted our annual Turkey Legs fundraiser, where several staff members wore shorts throughout the week before Thanksgiving break to raise funds for Riley's Children's Hospital. In total, over $3,500 were raised for those in need. And then at the end of that very week, Early College hosted their annual Early College Thanksgiving feast with some support from Penn's Food Services. Turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, and several desserts, including pumpkin pie, were served to students as they celebrated the friends and opportunities that come from the Ivy Tech Academy. And then in more extracurricular news, a few weeks ago, the Penn Spell Bowl team took first at their state tournament down at Purdue University. The Kingsmen spelled 87 out of 90 words correct. The Penn team finished with 8 perfect spellers, each going 9 out of 9 words correct. Theater also made great strides lately. Just before break, the drama department came together to compete in the Indiana Thespians Conference, winning first place with the production of Shuttersome Tales of Poe, which is a collaboration of the students that was Tales of Edgar Allan Poe. They are now preparing for their state competition, which will take place in January. Over Thanksgiving break, the Penn Marching Kingsmen continued a decades-long tradition. Beneath the towering skyscrapers of Philadelphia, the Penn Marching Kingsmen performed at the 6 ABC Duncan Thanksgiving Parade. The parade kicked off the start of the Penn Band program's Thanksgiving trip to Philadelphia and New York City, and marked the end of an outstanding season for the Kingsmen. And then earlier today, representatives from the Indianapolis Colts came to Penn to surprise and let junior Quinn Driscoll know that she has been nominated for the Maxwell Football Club's Player of the Year Award, Girls Flag Football Player of the Year Award. The Penn quarterback helped lead the Kingsmen to an undefeated season and to be Indiana's first ever girls flag football champions. Driscoll will now be considered for the National Girls Flag Football Player of the Year. Driscoll, along with 2 other teammates, Macy Little and Olivia Dawson, were all named to Indiana Prep's underclassmen All-State Top 22 team. Little was also named Senior Defensive Player of the Year for Indiana by Indiana Preps. Penn's girls flag football team has been an instant success, and I'm very excited to see where they go both next year and beyond. And then this Thursday and Friday, the South Bend Medical Foundation will be across the street at the high school in collaboration with Penn's chapter of the National Honor Society. If you're in the audience and have any students at home who are over the age of 16, please encourage them to donate. There's so much student success going on at every moment. It's hard to sum it all up in just one speech, but next month, fellow senior Mehreen Book will present even more achievements. That is all I have for you this month, and thank you for having me.
Thank you, CJ. Lots of great things happening, but did I hear you say that people were wearing shorts in this weather to raise money?
It was a little warmer a few weeks ago.
Still not warm enough in my book. Thank you very much. Great to see you. When will we see you again?
At least February.
All right, we'll look forward to it. Okay, on to our next item, Dr. Short.
Thank you. So PHM is doing our part to encourage the next generation of teachers through our cadet teaching program at the high school, where students shadow PHM elementary teachers in their classrooms. We caught up with Hannah Cusson, who is a former Penn cadet teacher, now a current 4th grade teacher at Elm Road Elementary, and she is paying it forward by mentoring her own cadet teacher. PHM's multimedia producer, Joe Fraterna, caught up with Hannah, who is also the daughter of PHM teacher and Horizon Elementary assistant to the principal, Candy Cusson, and her cadet teacher, Lila Van Hoven, to talk to us about their love for teaching and working with students. So please enjoy.
I always knew that I kind of had the idea in the back of my mind that I wanted to be a teacher. Having the opportunity to be in the cadet teaching program at Penn really kind of formalized that in I was just inspired to impact kids in just the way that other teachers have impacted me. So Lila is my cadet teacher, and from the moment she came, she started building positive relationships with the kids.
Miss Cousin's a great teacher, and everyone's just been so welcoming. It feels really rewarding to know that you actually are making an impact, and you can kind of see them develop not only as like students but as people.
Miss Lila is really nice. Whenever I ask her a question, she answers in a really nice way. And whenever she's here, I have a smile on my face because she's really nice.
I am so thankful that I get to come back and teach at PHM. I love how they have a focus really on the students and wanting them to reach success.
Very good video. We want to thank Hannah and Candy, and obviously Lila. Wish her the best as she becomes a teacher. It's great to see Maggie make a cameo appearance there.
Right.
Lila's one of our state championship runners too. Recognize that name.
So thank you, Dr. Short, for the excellence happens here, and we'll move on to our next recognition item, and I'll turn it back over to you.
Okay, yes, lots of fun things to report this evening. So Friday night, November 21st, I had the honor to be on hand at the Indiana Department of Education's annual Education Excellence Awards Gala, where the IDOE celebrates the state's very best and top educators and schools treating them like the stars that they are. Friday night, the IDOE awarded Penn High School with an Educational Excellence Award for excellence in data-driven support and a grant of $25,000. The award recognizes the school that has made the most progress in improving academic achievement for all students, and Penn won the award by its increased academic achievement in many areas. So we were really excited to be able to be there that evening. Congratulations to Penn High School on this amazing honor. Dr. Sean Gallagher, Mrs. Rachel Fry, Mr. Josiah Parker, Mrs. Jeannie Mitchell join us this evening. So Mrs. Fry, would you like to say a few words?
Good evening, President Riley, Dr. Short. It's the first time I've gotten to do that, and members of the board. Winning the Indiana Department of Education's Excellence in Data-Driven Support Award affirms Penn High School's relentless commitment to ensuring every student thrives. We didn't win this award through luck. We won it through intentional, data-guided action. The recognition can be attributed to three main areas of focus: accelerating achievement. We dramatically increased our number of students meeting SAT benchmarks, as you know. Our targeted preparation programs have nearly tripled our national merit scholars from 6 to 15 this school year. Expanding rigor would be the second focus. We led the state in dual credit attainment, transformed our advanced placement program by prioritizing accessibility. We saw AP participation expand by over 200 students in the last 4 years, with the success rate simultaneously rising 23%. Supporting all learners. Most importantly, we transformed instructional practices to expand access for all students, resulting in significant gains for students with IEPs. Co-teaching efforts evolved into a school-wide redesign that integrates formerly separate classes into the general education setting. Since these changes, Penn saw growth in both the English, reading and writing, and the math portions of the SAT, moving our school from number 27th to number 15th in the state. Penn High School is a model where opportunity and achievement go hand in hand, proving that when we use data to guide decisions, every learner can succeed. This was really exciting and proof that digging into all of the spreadsheets and using those to guide all of the things and the decisions we make and the practices that we put in place, worth it because our actions are being met with results.
Mrs. Ryan?
I know. I think Dr. Gallagher might have something little to
You might remember a couple of years ago, we were recognized by the Indiana Department of Ed for $250,000. So they forgot to add the zero on this one.
We've got wide out.
We were obviously grateful that they recognized us, and so we have a check that we'll use for professional development over the next few years. So that'll be exciting. So I don't know, do you want to take a picture?
Yeah.
Lucia, we have our team here to join us. We can have the Penn Admin team.
Do you want to?
Heather, you want to? Anybody else want to join?
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Thanks.
I understand that Association of School Principals banquet and some other events that occurred over the weekend were highly eventful.
Week went down on Friday night and got that fabulous award. Then when we back down on Sunday night, because on the 23rd, I also had the honor to attend the IASP, which is the Indiana Association of School Principals banquet. And Penn High School Assistant Principal Josiah Parker was surprised and named the Assistant Principal of the Year for the state of Indiana, which is awesome. So Mr. Parker did know that he was a finalist and he was the the Region 2 representative, but then was surprised that evening when we were down there for the dinner. He has been Penn's point person in strengthening our community partnerships and has done such an outstanding job in making sure that our students are connected in a myriad of ways. One of the reasons that we lead the state in all of that. So we wanted to thank Mr. Parker while congratulating him on his outstanding award. So congratulations.
Absolutely. Shall we take a vote?
We can.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Nice. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shore, President Riley, members of the board. I really appreciate that recognition. It's been a great ride here at Penn High School as an administrator. It was not something I ever thought I would be as a teacher. When I came to Penn High School, I had some leaders that I looked up to, and I saw what the positive they could do within the school. Not that I had poor leadership before, but it was just extra good here. So once I saw that and I could see myself in those positions, that's when I started towards my journey. Community engagement, thank you for that introduction. That is what I wrote my application on, was community engagement and how important that is for a school and a community. That was instilled in me as a high school student. My architecture teacher, Mr. Mickey Schultz, back at Lakeland High School, did that. Our classes designed the school gym floor. We designed a gazebo at the courthouse. We designed an animal shelter. So I started very young with that, and all through my college and my teaching career, I felt like that was such a powerful thing for students and for the community. So that's what I continue to do as an administrator. I try to anyways. So I'd like to thank Mickey for kind of introducing me to that. He actually got me into teaching as well. I was going to be an architect. I had my mindset on that, and he kept telling me, nope, be a teacher, be a teacher. I'd like to thank Steve Hope and Rachel Fry. Like I said, they were kind of that first group that I got to see as a teacher and as administrators that I looked up to, and I felt it would be a great thing that I could do that. So thank you very much. Sean, thank you for giving me my first opportunity as an administrator and job here at Penn High School. I'd like to thank Dr. Thacker, Dr. Short, our other central office staff, the board. Thank you for giving me the freedom to try things. That's one thing I tell people when they come and talk to me about, what do you like about Penn? Why do you stay at Penn? And it's because of that freedom and that trust from our administration to try new things. If things don't work, we fix it or try something else. But I really feel like there's a ton of support, and I try to give our teachers that support as well, so we can try those new things. And that's how we keep getting these awards. Without it, we just follow the pack. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Ms. Parker, we are so proud of you. It has been so much fun to watch you come up through the ranks of PHM. I didn't know that you previously wanted to be an architect. And while that career obviously wasn't God's intention for you, obviously designing and building was, because you have designed and you have built many students' futures. For that, I'm sure they are very grateful to you. You've done an outstanding job. What an incredible award, and it's well deserved. We're very, very proud of you. Okay, we'll move on to the adoption of the agenda. Board members, any additions or changes to tonight's proposed agenda? Administration,
Administration has no changes.
do I have a motion to approve?
I so move.
Second.
Okay, and what I'll do is I will call for yays, I will call for nays, and I'll call for abstentions. All those in favor vote aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Vote carries by a vote of 7-0. Approval of the minutes. Board members, any additions or changes to the minutes from the November 3rd, 2025, two special board meetings and the November 10th regular board meeting? Administration,
Administration has no changes.
motion to approve.
I so move.
Second.
Again, I'll call for yays, nays, and abstentions. All those in favor vote aye.
Aye.
Any opposed vote nay. Any abstentions?
Mr. Riley, I always think it's important when I abstain or vote no that I explain why. I was unable to make these three. We'd had a vacation plan for over a year and a half. Little did I know that during that period of time, we'd be having special minutes to bring her on board. So since I was not able to attend those three meetings and technology with a 12-hour time change didn't work, that I could do it via video, I was not able to attend these meetings. I apologize for that, and I'll be abstaining.
Fair enough, no apology necessary. So we'll show that as 6 yays and 1 abstention. Next up is the consent agenda. And Dr. Short, I will turn it over to you.
Thank you, President Riley. Administration recommends the approval of the consent agenda. Appearing on the personnel report under administrative staff is the retirement of 1 employee, Dr. Thomas Keeley, Chief Operating Officer, who retired on November 28th, 2025 after 2 years of service. And appearing on the personnel report under classified staff is the retirement of 2 employees, Penny Wood, an educational assistant at Bittersweet, who will retire on June 4th after 29 years of service, and Deborah Hensley, a custodian at Penn High School, who retired on November 25th after 14 years of service. On behalf of the board and the administration, we wish Dr. Keeley, Penny, and Deborah the very best in their upcoming retirements.
Board members, any questions? Do I have a motion to approve the December 8th, 2025 consent agenda as presented by Dr. Short?
I so move.
Second,
A second.
and I'll call for yays, nays, and abstentions. All those in favor vote aye.
Aye.
Any opposed vote nay. Any abstentions?
Mr. Riley, as I previously mentioned above, I missed some of the process related to here, so I believe I should abstain as well.
Understood. So we got 6 ayes and 1 abstention. And before moving on to our next item, Dr. Short, I know you have some information you'd like to share.
I do. Thank you. So as previously announced, Dr. Keeley Twyble will retire from her role as principal at Prairie Vista, with her last day being Friday, December 19th. We wish Dr. Twyble the very best in her upcoming retirement. And we are excited to share that Mr. Gary Gardner, who's been the principal at Meadows Edge Elementary for the past 7 years, will be taking the helm at Prairie Vista. Gary's proven track record and commitment to educational excellence make him the ideal successor. His experience and leadership style align perfectly with the priorities recently shared by the Prairie Vista faculty, making him a truly excellent fit for the school community. This opportunity supports his continued professional growth within the district. In addition, Dr. Tom Keeley's recent retirement provided an opening, and we have asked Dr. Sean Gallagher, who has accepted the position of Chief Operating Officer. Dr. Gallagher brings a wealth of experience to the table that will be a great addition to our central office team, most recently, as mentioned earlier, as Penn High School's principal for the last 9 years. Mrs. Rachel Fry has accepted the principal position at Penn High School, and as the current associate principal, she is well known and incredibly respected as an educational leader. She will be welcomed by faculty, staff, students, and parents alike. Rachel has a keen understanding of the workings of Penn and will continue to focus on creating excellence while at the helm. It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Gallagher, Mrs. Fry, Mr. Gardner, and welcome them all to their new positions. So, Dr. Gallagher, let's start with you. Would you like to say a few?
Sure. Well, good evening, Dr. Short, President Riley, and members of the school board. I'm incredibly grateful for this opportunity, and I'm honored to be entrusted with the new responsibilities that I get to take on starting tomorrow officially. For the past 24 years, this school district has been my professional home. I've had the privilege of wearing many hats in PHM, starting in the classroom as a math teacher at Penn back in 2002, and then moving into administration as a dean of students at Penn, and then assistant to the principal at Schmucker Middle School for 1 year. I served as the associate principal at Penn High School for 3 years, and then came back to Schmucker for 4 years as the principal there. I enjoyed every stop along the way, even my first year as the associate principal when one of my sons, as many of you know, pulled the fire alarm early in my career at Penn, and it was during a passing period. It was a lot of fun. That joke many times, and people still laugh at it. I love it. He was only 2, so he's a senior now at Penn, which is super exciting. I want to express my profound gratitude for the last 9 years serving as principal at Penn High School. It's been a career highlight and made possible by the unwavering support of my wife, Sarah, who's here tonight, and our 3 sons, Thomas, who's a sophomore at Purdue, Benjamin, a senior, and Andrew, who's a sophomore. All 3 could not be here tonight because they're engaged in an activity. 2 of them are doing a Penn activity tonight, but I'll let them watch this video later. So I want to thank Dr. Thacker for his confidence in me 9 years ago and providing me an opportunity to be a part of such a great school community. And I've been so blessed to work alongside a talented administrative team that are here tonight, and the incredible teachers, and of course, the students who have shaped me as a leader. So leaving Penn is very bittersweet. I sometimes get emotional when I leave school buildings. I tell this joke every once, not really a joke, but story, that when I left Schmucker Middle School as assistant to the principal, I actually broke down and started crying in front of the staff. I was only there 1 year. I didn't know them very well yet. But I've survived that. Penn is such a special place. I'm excited to see what Rachel and the amazing staff and students will continue to accomplish at Penn. As I transition, I look forward to leaning on the last 2 decades of building level perspective that I've been a part of in PHM, and look forward to making a difference in the future. Thank you, Dr. Short, for this opportunity, and the rest of the board. Thank you.
I'm just happy that you can continue your professional career right on Bittersweet Road. Right?
Turning left into a different parking lot.
Thank you, Dr. Gallagher. That was wonderful. Mrs. Fry, would you like to say a few words?
Lainey thinks it's her turn.
I'll be surprised if you get through this.
President Riley, Dr. Short, members of the board, first and foremost, thank you. I am grateful for this opportunity and thankful for your confidence in me to lead Penn High School in a new capacity. To be entrusted with the leadership of the Kingsman community is an honor, one that I don't take lightly. Penn has been my professional family for many years, and there are mentors in this district, past and present, who shaped me into the educator and leader I am today. Many of them are in this room, but I'm not going to name them because then I might make the fault that Dr. Gallagher just spoke about. As such, I have tremendous pride in the achievements, traditions, and spirit that define our school culture. I believe my professional background has prepared me well for this role. My career began teaching special education before spending almost a decade as a high school math teacher, experiences which grounded me in the necessity of differentiated instruction and student engagement. As associate principal, my work focused on critical areas that contribute to Penn's excellence, leading the early college academy, overseeing Penn's successful testing, not the most fun part, but dual credit, advanced placement, and directing our continuous improvement efforts through the accreditation process. My experiences serving on review teams evaluating other schools assure me that Penn High School is already a model for success. I've been blessed to witness the dedication of Penn students, staff, and families. I am humbled by the trust placed in me to lead our continued success. The administrative team that I work alongside, as Sean mentioned, is second to absolutely none, and I'm excited for us to continue that work. I'm also grateful that Sean is just a phone call away. The challenge now is not to start over, but to accelerate the current momentum. We will focus on deepening the relationships we've built, supporting the incredible work happening in our classrooms, and ensuring our foundational strengths continue to set the standard for educational excellence. We will champion innovation and ensure every student is well prepared for their future. On a personal note, my commitment here runs deep. My husband, Lucas, is a Penn alum and served as a teacher, coach, and administrator in PHM. We're also very proud to be raising 2 future Kingsmen, Cooper and Laney, in this community. In closing, I'm excited to advance our shared vision for excellence. Thank you once again for your trust in me and for this incredible opportunity. Go Penn!
Thank you, Mrs. Fry. Okay, Mr. Gardner, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you. Good evening, President Riley, Dr. Short, and members of the Board of Trustees. I want to begin by saying thank you for the opportunity to lead out at Meadows Edge these past 7 years. I've been truly fortunate to start my PHM career over as a former student coming back to the district 7 years ago and landing out there to be able to work with the students, staff, and families who have been a tremendous support. It is a special place and one that I will miss. I want to take time to say thank you to Mrs. Emily Breeden, who is here this evening. Emily has been my assistant for the past 4 years. Super thankful for that. She has done an outstanding job with me and has contributed to those successes we've had. And I'm certain that she will be a huge piece in the transition period and will continue to do great things as I move on. As I move into a new role, excited to continue serving students in PHM community in my new position as principal over at Prairie Vista starting in January. I've had the opportunity to, on the last snow day, spend a little time out in the building with Dr. Twyble and meet a few teachers. Was at the Discovery Schmucker game this week to watch a few kids play, and a student I knew came over, so she was introducing me to some first graders. So I think I've got 3 names under my belt. But excited to get there and get to know their community. I know that is a strong school community with a great history and tradition of excellence, and I'm excited to continue that and continue to push them forward as I move into that role. Would like to take a moment to say thank you to my family who is here this evening. It is a busy role as the principal, and so I know it takes a lot of support. So thank you to my wife, Debbie, and then I have 2 of my boys here, Brendan and Bryce, are with us tonight. One of them is at soccer practice because, as he said, Dad, I love you, but we've had practice canceled because of snow. So I'm going to soccer. So thank you, Drew. And then our daughter, Megan, is down at India in college. We'll be home soon. So I'm excited to have our 4 kids as part of that as well. And then finally, excited to say welcome back to Miss Hellman and best wishes as she steps into this role as I move on. Miss Hellman was my boy's 3rd grade teacher during COVID. So not only did I get the chance to know her, I got to see her on screen a lot, right? Like more than we ever wanted to. So, you know, just excited for her opportunity to step back in the district. I've had some experience working with her in the past. I've seen her as an educator, and I know that she will bring back a great wealth of strengths and excitement to the building and continue to do great things. So I'm excited to watch from afar and cheer them on as well. So thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Short, whenever you say Gary, I jump up.
Well, that doesn't happen at home when I say Brad. Okay, and then finally, appearing on the personnel report that was just approved, is one new appointment that we would like to introduce. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Lindsay Hellman-Cass as our next principal at Meadows Edge Elementary School. Mrs. Hellman-Cass was a classroom teacher in PHM from 2012 to 2022 when she left to become an assistant principal in the South Bend Community School Corporation. During her time in PHM, she was rated highly effective and did great work evaluated by many principals. This is her 4th year at Lincoln Elementary School in South Bend, which is a Title I school. And she does a lot with communication with families, training teachers, and implementing various instructional and behavioral programs that have proven highly successful. She received her undergraduate degree from IUSB, her master's in educational leadership from IUSB as well, and she was awarded the IUSB Award for Excellence in Educational Leadership. It is my pleasure to introduce our new Meadows Edge Elementary School principal, Mrs. Lindsay Hellman-Cass.
Board President, Mr. Riley, School Board of Trustees, Dr. Short, Dr. Dean Knoll, and the entire PHM administration. I want to begin by expressing my deepest gratitude for the trust you've placed in me in appointing me as the next principal of Meadows Edge Elementary. It's an incredible honor, and I truly am humbled. I started my career at PHM, and it seems surreal being able to come back. It's like I'm coming home. I know I have some big shoes to fill, but I'm up for the challenge and ready to lead Meadows Edge in its next chapter. I'm so excited to serve the students and the families and the amazing staff there. I'm also so proud to serve PHM and deeply committed to caring for the values that make this district so exceptional. I love the things that you guys have all done for my family. I want to thank my family, my husband, Chris, my son, Dawson, who is a Penn graduate, and then Colton, who's at Penn, and Sam and Addison, who are at Discovery. Thank you again for this tremendous opportunity. I am honored, grateful, and more than anything, I'm ready to get to work. Thank you.
Mrs. Ramey, shall we do some pictures? Yes. All four? Yes. Yep. Okay.
Does Sean have to come in the hot seat then?
Nobody wants to sit in this seat. It's my third time.
Hopefully he occupies it longer.
Do I need to brush my teeth? Why don't they want to sit by me? Yeah, right.
Do you want to do some family pictures?
I think it's a great idea.
All right, Fry family, you're up first.
Just wondering because we got one.
Thank you.
We all know who the star of this show is.
She's the boss.
She's the boss.
Yeah, her.
She is the boss. Congratulations.
Sean, is it coming?
Do not.
You need to sit there.
Take a picture. You mean with him? Him in the hot seat.
We have questions for him.
Yeah. I'm gonna use my 10 minutes. And just then it'll fill it again. Come on.
Fieldhouse isn't done yet.
Yeah.
I think Mr. Gardner was trying to remove his children back.
Oh, yeah.
I gave them the okay to head out, so look, they were in the car and they got locked out.
Oh, good luck. Good job, guys. Way to get back.
Right here.
All right.
Great job.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Well, that basically concludes the business portion of tonight's meeting. If there's anybody here who came for that, for those recognitions and for those announcements, now would be a great time to go home and have dinner if that's what you're inclined to do. I do want to join Dr. Short on behalf of the board in thanking and congratulating all of our administrators who have moved up. We are just so delighted with having you fill these positions and know that you're going to do a tremendous job. Before we move on to the next item, I do want to also take a moment to recognize and thank our PHM employees who have given us their time, their talent, and their treasures over the years. Starting with Penny Wood, thank you so much. 29 years of service. Deborah Hensley, 14 years of service. Thank you for making PHM a better place. And we also want to recognize and express our appreciation for Dr. Thomas Keeley. We wish everybody all the best going forward. And so with that, I think we are ready to move on to
instruction.
Our instruction report, Dr. Short.
Thank you, President Riley. The Learning Division is recommending the purchase of new AI application, School AI, for student and staff use, which was first presented at the November 8th, 2025 board meeting. The application provides outstanding AI tools to use in the classroom by staff and students that are secure, safe, and geared specifically for classroom use. Dr. Levon Dean Null is available to answer any questions if there are any.
Board members, any questions? Okay, hearing none. Do I have a motion to approve the new AI application, School AI, for student and staff use as presented?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor vote aye.
Aye.
Any opposed vote nay. Motion carries by a vote of 7-0. We thank you, Dr. Dane Null. We also want to thank Mr. Matt Hapke and Mrs. Kinney for sharing this information with us at the last school board meeting. Move on to our next item, which is Business Operational Services Action Item. Dr. Short.
Thank you, President Riley. Chief Financial Officer Zach Quiet will present our business action items this evening, which is a request for approval of capital improvement projects. Mr.
Thank you,
Quiet.
Dr. Short. Good evening, President Riley, Board of Trustees. This evening, I present for your approval $3.8 million in capital projects targeting safety, technology, and facility improvements. These projects will be funded strategically through a combination of operations, general bonds, and settlement funds that we've received. In the Transportation Department, we are asking for the approval of Tyler Technologies routing system and the purchase of 6 66-passenger buses. Tyler Systems is a leading platform utilized by 8
Can
of
we
the
have
10.
bought one more?
What's that? Yeah.
Well done, Shabash.
It's superstition.
It was yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Tyler Systems, it's a leading platform utilized by 8 of the 10 largest districts in the state of Indiana. It will consolidate our 3 transportation software platforms into one at the same price that we currently pay. It will also, we will also install iPads on all of our buses, which will allow our drivers to have easy access to routes and stops, improving just the general safety and operations of our department. And some critical components as we move forward with our transportation department. Regarding the buses, those have been approved in our bus replacement plans and are fit within the scope of that. And we thank Mr. Brandon Tugman and his team for working with Tyler Technologies and procuring those buses. We're also looking at upgrading some elementary facilities. We are requesting the approval to replace the playgrounds at Meadows Edge and Walt Disney. These Title I schools were identified as our top priorities following the 2023 district-wide assessment. We are using an Omnia, which is a cooperative purchasing access that we have to, working with commercial recreation groups who have done a lot of our playgrounds to ensure consistency and quality safety for our students. At the Penn Fieldhouse, we are seeking approval for telescoping bleachers and athletic lockers. As a note that fits within the scope of the original project, Mr. Jason Mester and his team have done a wonderful job. Every capital project has some contingency built into it, and their diligent management of that has allowed less contingency dollars to be spent and given us the opportunity to include the bleachers and these lockers within the current scope of the field house. In our classrooms, we would like to upgrade the technology at the all of our middle schools. Mr. Matt Hapke has been leading that charge to upgrade all of our projectors in the classrooms, which they're about 7 to 9 years, certainly end of life. So that'll be a wonderful addition for them. And then finally, we are requesting the installation of updated Halo vape detectors. Mr. Tommy Teeter has gone out to secure those, and that will be, we will be using the Jewel settlement funds to update those in the high school. So I would ask the administration, or the administration recommends approval of these capital projects.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Quiet. Board members, any questions? I'll take one motion for the entire slate of capital improvements as presented. Do I have a motion to award the capital improvements projects to the listed vendors as presented?
I second.
All those in favor vote aye.
Aye.
Any opposed vote nay. Motion carries by a vote of 7-0. You're on a roll. You're getting unanimous votes every time you come on. Okay, we will move on now to our hearing of visitors. There are instructions that I generally read when we have people who speak to the board. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes for me to read them. So before I do, let me just ask, is there anybody here who would like to address the board? Okay, seeing, hearing none, we'll move on then to board reports and requests. Board members, anything to report or request?
I would like to just share something. I thought that this was very fitting tonight because of the cadet teaching video that you presented on, Dr. Short. I actually was a cadet teacher at Penn High School for 2 years. And then ironically, when I was a cadet teacher in Debbie Dealerell's classroom at North Point, who we love, and I think everybody that has had her has nothing but positive things to say about her. She had a student teacher that was Mrs. Hellman Cass. And so not to share that moment for us, but I think to highlight something that Mr. Parker said in his speech was to invest in our communities. That Penn has, for as long as I've been around, and I always say I'm homegrown since I was kindergarten through 12th grade here, has invested in their communities. And when you're becoming a teacher, you're called a teacher candidate. And so I think it's just incredible that our district is putting teacher candidates in classroom before they set foot on an to study elementary education or secondary education. And when I went to Ball State, I had college credit that I earned at Penn to become a teacher. So I just wanted to highlight that because it's like a very full circle. I wasn't sure if you would remember or not, but I felt compelled. I felt compelled to share that. So thank you.
Very cool. Thank you for sharing that. Other reports and requests?
I just want to wish the teachers a amazing holiday break coming up here in just a 2 weeks, I guess, and hopefully the kiddos get some rest during that downtime, and all of our community and family can enjoy the holidays in a safe way, and because we won't see them until next year.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Have a wonderful holiday.
Thank you, Mr. McCullough. Other reports and requests?
Riley, I do just follow up on the nice comments Mr. McCullough just made. I couldn't remember your name. I'm Mr. What? McCullough. Hey, this is a season to share gratitude, and I just wanted to take a moment to say how grateful I am to be part of PHM again. This is, kind of the 1-year anniversary. I'm really glad to be back. There are so many people here tonight and in our schools and community that make all of the excellence happen here every day, and I'm grateful for you. What a great job you do. Mrs. Langford, please share how grateful I am to your team and the teachers who work so hard, and they make an impact every single day. A huge shout out to our bus drivers, especially Terry Minnick, the bus driver of the month. What a start to our winter. You guys did an excellent job. In many cases, the bus drivers are the first contact in our overall safety plan. We're so lucky to have such great students. CJ earlier may have touched on a lot of this. So many of them did charitable activities during the Thanksgiving season. I do want to shout out to the hockey team that volunteered at the Ronald McDonald House in South Bend. Now, that's an organization that's very near and dear to my heart. I even wore a kilt to help raise money for it. By the way, I do look good in a kilt. Wonderful organization. Also, the Penn High School annual turkey leg fundraiser that raised money for the Riley Children's Hospital as well. The remarkable thing is that there are so many more I could point out. That is just remarkable. We are so blessed with impressive students and family. One of the other things I'm especially grateful for is to be part of the PHM Education Foundation. Can you believe the grants that the foundation gave out tonight? It's unbelievable to me where the foundation is at today and the work that they're doing. Quick reminder, the 30th of March annual gala event is coming up. Please get your table. It's going to sell out fast. It's going to be a fantastic event. Mrs. Smoker, you were very involved in putting that thing together, so I know if you're involved, it'll be fantastic. I remember someone around here who used to say everything rises and falls based upon leadership. I don't remember who that was, but that is exactly the case with the Education Foundation. Jen Turnbull is a phenomenal leader, and her board leadership is fantastic. That board sat down and produced a strategic plan, set goals, and they monitor accountability of those goals at every single meeting. Mrs. Smoger, I know you were part of that. I believe this is why the foundation is becoming one of the top foundations in the state. I know you guys have heard me say a million times, but back in 1996, when Mick Tousley, among others, is the reason why we have a foundation today. Mick always said successful boards need to have a plan, goals, and a leadership succession plan to have board members rotate through leadership positions to keep the board accountable. It is awesome to see that the PHM Foundation Board today continues that tradition of having board leadership focused on a strategic plan with a great leadership succession model. Success is driven by a strategic plan, goals, and accountability. In closing, I had the opportunity to attend the retirees breakfast. What a magnificent event that is. So many people reconnecting. Dr. Short gave a genuinely nice presentation at the event. I also had the chance to attend the Penn Showcase for 8th graders. So Mr. Pryor there. Those poor counselors, they were just wired all night long. I felt so sorry for them. They were so busy. You know, that's something this board needs to keep in mind, though. Multiple people came up and told me that why they wanted to attend Penn was because of the great facilities, so many programs that they could explore, I can't tell you how many people came up and said the multiple foreign language opportunities and the engineering and robotics program. But the two things discussed the most, which I think the board needs to think about, were the ability to start taking AP classes as freshmen and the many AP and honors classes offered compared to the competition, and also the early college program. Earning college credit while in high school is huge. This was a constant theme all night long. I think this is an opportunity for us as we look at declining enrollment and cost effectiveness of our portfolio of programs. You know, as Jim Garrett always said, we are different, we are Penn. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Fox. On the topic of gratitude, I want to express the fact that we're grateful too. We're grateful to have you back on the board, and we're also grateful for all that you've done for the PHM Education Foundation. Other reports and requests? Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to announcements. Next regular meeting of the Penn-Harris-Madison Board of School Trustees will convene on Monday, January the 12th, 2026 at 6 p.m. here at the ESC. And on behalf of the board and the administration, I'd like to take this opportunity to wish everybody a very happy holiday season, a happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, a happy New Year. We'll see you all when we come back in January. There's no further business before the board, so I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I so move.
Second.
All those in favor vote aye.
Aye.
Any opposed vote nay. Motion carries unanimously. We're adjourned at 6:52 p.m.